morning, friends. So it is bread making day for the week, and the bread ingredients that I use is I use a packet of this Red Star Platinum. I have found that this works the best for me, so I use 1 packet of that, and then I add in a cup of water that's at least 110 degrees, a little bit warmer than bath water. And then I also add in 2 tablespoons, if I can get this, 2 tablespoons or 15 ml of cane sugar, and I mix that together, and now I am letting it what is it called, ferment, just to see if it is still good yeast, which it looks like it is. So in the meantime, then I gather my other ingredients, which is 3 cups of flour, and then I add 3/4 teaspoons of salt, any salt. When this is all ready, I will add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Jerry looked up, and this was the best one that they suggested for making bread, but you can do a butter, I think is the other, or honey. I've done the honey before, and I can't tell the difference. So once I add the olive oil, the honey would replace the sugar. Let me back up. The honey would replace the sugar. So the butter or olive oil, but I just like the olive oil for the health benefits. So once this is frothed like it is, then I will add my 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I will slowly incorporate the flour and salt into the mixture. I find for me it takes about, it doesn't take the full 3 cups. It takes anywhere from 2.5 cups to 2 3/4 cups. And I've done it enough. I know what it should feel like and look like. So anyways, this is what my morning's looking like. It's 10:30 in the morning. Mr. Jerry's gone to an auction, and I'm home making the bread. Okay, so it has kneaded in my KitchenAid for 10 minutes, and as you can tell, it has cleaned the sides off, and I like to just knead it into a soft little ball here, and I will put tension where I pull it, so it helps the glutens and everything. So now it just needs to go back into the bowl, and that is how big it is. And the idea is to double it, and I let it rise or rest for 90 minutes, and it will be covered with my bread bowl cover. It's just plastic on the inside, or vinyl I should say, and then the cover. And my pan's back there. My coffee's waiting for me, so we'll see you when it's ready to be put into the loaf. Okay, so it has way doubled in size only because I forgot to set a timer, so it's been more than 90 minutes. So now I'm just going to punch it down, and I'm going to put it in my greased loaf pan, and let it rise for another 45 minutes before baking. Hey my YouTube friends, how are you? Happy Tuesday. It is a little after 12, and like I said earlier, you would have seen all the bread making videos before this, and what I've been working on, because I'm noticing that people are not staying on long enough to see everything, which is your choice, you know. But so you will have seen the bread making process. I did crochet on the sand castles on my seaside blanket by Rosina Crochets. Rosina. And I'm up to the part of the sand castle where the flag will be put back in on it. So, but I put that aside, and I've been hand sewing on my English paper piecing project that I'm on clue 3. Clue 7 came out let's see, Sunday. Came out Sunday night, but I joined way late. So and this clue has 2 parts to it, so I'm on the big part of the circle, and I have 2 more pieces to hand sew on, and then I can start the second part, which is putting in the 6 flowers and then the long pieces in between. So it's a process. And I have not knitted today. I'm trying to give love to all my projects. So, but this morning it was like in the low 60s, and the humidity was like not there. And so it was nice just sitting in the quiet and having the windows open and crocheting. But then it's near 80. And the humidity has gone up a little bit, which it does this time of year. And so I put down the crochet, and now I'm hand stitching that English paper piecing. So my friend Shar, she loves this one designer, Lisa Bonjean, primitive. It just went out of my head. Primitive, oh goodness. I'll have to put it in here. But anyway, Gathering, there, Primitive Gathering. They have a new sew along that is free, but she's requiring you to, well, she says you get a free pattern if you purchase any bundle of hers. And or it is, I think, $8 per clue, and she does a YouTube video on it, and then you get the clue you know, instructions, because she's not really going to give you all the, she'll show you how she sews it together, I'm sure. I haven't looked it up. So I sent that to to my friend Shar, and yeah, the fabric is getting expensive. Just to buy the fat quarter bundle to get this free pattern was $200. I can't justify that. Cannot. Not one behind that door there. I have lots of fabric that I probably could come up with. And I'm not for sure I want to pay $8 a clue either. And y'all know I've got other things to sew. So no, Miss Teri cannot do this. And my friend was saying the same thing. She was so tempted. She's been buying the fat eighth bundles, and because they're definitely a lot cheaper than the fat quarters. And but it's like she said, she just can't justify it. She's got bills that she's paying off, and I just told her, I said, well, I said, you can always buy the clues and then just see what we have. And she came back and she goes, well, we'll see. Because I understand, she really loves that fabric, and I don't blame her, because it's one thing if it was a one-time purchase of $8, but it's every clue, and I'm not for sure how many clues there are, and you know there's more than one because it's a full-size blanket. So anyways, so I'm trying to be good as far as using what I have, but you know, every once in a while it's nice to have something new too, just to keep the interest going. So I have no plans today. Mr. Jerry, like I said, he's gone to an auction, a guy auction. I shouldn't say all guy stuff, because he's going because they have like 4 or 5 antique spool cabinets. Y'all, I got a small one here. I'm trying to think where my other one is. We have one out in the fireplace room. Oh, I have one over here. You can't see it, but it's over there. And that might be all, because they're expensive. They are expensive. But he went over there, and then they had these, I don't know if you remember, they're called pie birds. They are the birds that set when you made a pie. That was a double crusted pie, and then you would set them in the middle, and then the steam would come out their mouths, and it was called a pie bird. And I've always loved those, always. I have 2, that's it. This one had 100 of them, and they weren't just the birds, they were like people and animals and different things like that. Well, I told him, I said I'd be interested in some pie birds. And there was another thing that I was interested in. It was a big canister that was, it said Maxwell House, and it said tea on it. And it was an old vintage type of crock with a top with blue stripes around it. And but I know that there's no way. Stuff like that goes for easily $200 to $300. Well, this morning when he got there, because it's probably a 30-minute drive to get there, so I don't expect him home until later today. He said that they had all the pie birds in boxes, and he sent me a picture of it. And he said, would you be interested in a box? And I said, sure, as long as it's not too expensive, you know. There was probably, the boxes were about this tall. And there was probably, if I had to guess, 12 to 15 birds, or the little figurines, whatever, in each box. But stuff like that people will come to that have deep, deep pockets. And the way this works usually is the auctioneer will do it as choice, and basically that just means that who's ever interested in it, the top bidder, gets first choice, whether it's $15 a box or whether it's $200 a box. And then then you're taking the chance that they're not going to take what you're interested in. But you know, we don't have very deep pockets. Let's just say that. Some people have deep, deep pockets. Really deep. Because they've worked their lives to do that, and more power to them. So, but, so he's gone to that. And other than that, I just plan on making the bread today that needed to be made because there's no bread. We used it up last night. And just sitting in my recliner, and oh, he just responded. He's on his way home. So he'll be home about lunchtime. And just crafting. Just crafting. So, but other than that, I just thought I would hop on and say hey, and hope that your Tuesday has been good. And I just want to say thank you to all the ones that are commenting. I know I don't get a lot of commenters, and that's all right. But I can't always guarantee that I'm going to have these sit-down chats, because I try to do the sit-down chats when he does, because where he watches his TV and everything is on the other side of my wall, and he basically has no hearing in the one ear, and the other one is a good half gone, so the TV's up extra loud. And I can close the door, but you would still hear it. And then he feels funny if I'm in here doing this, because then he doesn't watch whatever. And so I just try to do it when, you know, he's outside working or something like that. It's not that I can't do it when he's in here, and as long as I let him know. But, you know, he likes to watch his certain programs a certain time. He doesn't record things. Well, I don't even think we have that option. We don't have that option to record. You know, if they're, he can, a lot of his stuff is, you know, like all of our stuff. It's been recorded, so you can always go back and watch it. But, oh, and then there's an online auction tonight. We have several things up there that we're trying to sell, and there's a couple things that I'm seeing and that he's interested in, and you know, everything goes higher than you think. But we do need to go pick up a few more items at the grocery store, so I don't know if we'll do that today or if we'll wait. It's not a lot. I mean, I'm out of bananas. And we got milk yesterday, and we got stuff for meals. Might just be my bananas. And those, you know, he runs into town enough picking up paint parts, whatever, that he usually just goes and grabs it at the store. But anyways, I'm going to let you go, but I hope that you have an enjoyable day, whatever day that you are seeing this. And thanks for always stopping by and visiting with me. I appreciate it. And until we can meet up again, see you soon, my friends.